On your marks, get set, go. You know what time it is.
I just want to
Go, it's FatBoy Runs, baby. Go, it's FatBoy Runs, baby. Guys, it's FatBoy Runs. You already know what time it is. On your marks, get set, go. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how did we get here? How did we get here? I don't know about you, but like I said, 2018 is going to be the beginning of a journey. Okay, and I've already started. But I wanted to talk to you about the fact, how did I get here? Have you ever asked yourself this question? How did I get to here? Like, how did I get to this point where I'm fat, bro? Like, you know, I used to be trim. I used to look like this. So how am I at this point now? And if we're always honest with ourselves, if we're truly honest with ourselves, we can backdate certain different things about what led up to that point. So what I decided to do, I decided to go back and find out what I was doing then that I was doing now. Now, one of the things I was doing back then was a lot of cardio. I used to bang cardio. Now, I used to do a lot of cardio in football. So I used to play football 3 times a week. I used to play badminton 1 time a week. I would be running 4 or 5 times a week. I would be also I would also be raving. Now, I was a hardcore raver, so most weekends I'll be out. So you can imagine, if I'm raving, and I used to dance all night. I used to love dancing. So from 10 to 6, I'm dancing, okay? So you can imagine the kind of cardio that I do. Then on that Saturday, I'll be raving. On a Sunday, I'll be playing football, Sunday League football. So you can imagine the kind of cardio I was really doing. So when it came to being cardio and being fit, it was okay because, to be honest, I was doing things which were keeping me active. No matter what I was eating, I was okay. It's sad because sometimes sometimes we look in the mirror. I know you've probably done this. You looked in the mirror and you're like, where's this gut come from? Like, where's this stomach come from? Like, this wasn't here not long ago. Like, where's this breasty coming from? This wasn't here long ago. But it's come. It's here right now. One of the things I realized was this. Number one, the reason why you are where you are right now is you got comfortable in your skin. You know, sometimes they tell us, oh, it's good, be happy in the shape that you're in. But no, a lot of us are still not happy. Where we want to be, it's not where we are. So when we look in the mirror, we're like, this is not where I want to be. This is not who I am. And the reason why you're in the place you are right now is because you got comfortable. You thought this was okay. I thought this was okay. I thought, oh, me eating the food that I'm eating is calm. But because I wasn't doing the cardio that I was doing, I wasn't doing the gym that I was doing beforehand, it was not calm. And I got comfortable in the position I was. And lo and behold, here I am. If we can be honest too, our intake of food has either stayed the same and our cardio has reduced, or our intake of food has increased, but our cardio and our workouts have not. Because where we are right now, if we wanted to look like we want to get to where we want to be, the 2008 summer body, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Then we're going to need to make sure that we understand that the food that we're probably eating, you see, oftentimes it's not even the diet that you're eating, you know. What I mean by that is that it's not what you're actually in terms of like, okay, you eat McDonald's. Some of you, okay, you eat McDonald's far too much or Burger King or fast food too much. I get it. But a lot of times it's not even that. It's the fact that your output is not over trumping your input. So though you're eating McDonald's maybe once or twice a week and it may not be good for you, your output, you don't gym enough, you don't run enough, you don't play sports enough. So therefore, when you put the input against the output, what's the balance saying? The input is far greater than the output. And so you are here where you are right now. So you're currently looking in the mirror saying, how did I get here? The food intake that you have right now doesn't match the training that you're doing right now. An Olympian needs Olympian type of food. But somebody who's doing a 9 to 5 needs a 9 to 5 type of food. But you're eating like an Olympian, but on a 9 to 5. It makes no sense. The reason why you're here is because you stopped listening to your body. One of the things I realized when I started training was that my body starts to tell me what's good, what's bad. For instance, number one, if the food is not good, it goes straight through me. If I do a good core session and my core is always strengthened, I'm always working on my abs, you'll suddenly find that the food that is not good goes out of me. But I started to realize my doo-doo was becoming heavy, fam. But I was doo-dooing not as often, fam. And it was not coming out nice, it was coming out boom. You know what's where you're... You know the one, that one, yeah? When that one comes out, you can tell already you haven't even got enough, you ain't got enough fiber in you, or fam, the food you're eating is just absolute diet, and your body can't break it down in time. Do you get what I'm saying? What I realized was that I stopped listening to my body. When my body, when I started eating food that was not good for me, I could feel the fat literally surging through my body. I don't know if you've ever felt this. I can feel the fat literally go into different parts of my body. I don't know. And I suddenly had an urge to work out. I suddenly had an urge to say, listen, hey, man's got to go to the gym, or man's got to do some press-ups, or man's got to do something that's going to get my blood flowing, that's going to get my heart pumping, that's going to get my metabolism kicked in shape again, because what I've just eaten wasn't good for me. Did you get it? So again, that was one of the things that I stopped doing. I stopped listening to my body. And the last thing I started doing was, 1, eating late, and 2, I got a 9 to 5. When you get into a 9 to 5, I understand the routine completely gets shaped. I was working in McDonald's, and I was more fit. I was in McDonald's. I was more fitter in McDonald's than I was when I'm working a 9 to 5. Why is that? Because the mindset that I had was different in McDonald's than I did when I had a 9 to 5. On a 9 to 5, I'm getting up at 7 or 6 to get up, make sure I'm ready, out the door, get to work by 9, etc., etc. Out the door by 5, or out the door by 6 even. Then to start going to gym and everything, you're tired. Your mind is tired. But when I was working in McDonald's, I might start a shift at 1 o'clock. I could work out in the morning. I might start a shift at 9, but end at 3. I can work out. So the early shifting helped, do you know what I'm saying, with the different types of shift, allow me to work out around that routine, because it was a much easier, less tasking routine on the mind and on the body. So what you find is that when people get into 9 to 5, we make all sorts of excuses, and then we get into all sorts of routines which don't aid us in working out or getting to where we are. So the reason why you're here is because you let your 9 to 5, you let your job, you let your routine, you let your kids, you let your husband or wife, you've let people or let things dictate to you now where you should be. So why are you here right now? Because of those things I've just mentioned. But like I said, it's FatBoy Runs. On your marks, get set, go. We're going to be here to help you to move past that and to shake that past. We're not going to be here anymore. Look at this. This is not good for me, man. You know what I mean? We're not going to be here anymore. We're going to make sure that we get to our 2018 goal. Okay? So I'm going to help you. I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a PT. But people have called me Mr. Motivator. So let me just motivate you. 2018 is your, listen, come here. It is your year. It is your year that you're going to stop making excuses. It's going to be your year that the mentality is going to change. It's going to be your year that you're going to go out and get what you want. You want a good body this year? Let's put the work in. Make sure the output is greater than the input. You know you're not eating right? Then start to put that right. We know what's good for us and what's bad for us. We know that chicken and chips is not good for us. We know this. I know this. I know wings from Sam's is not good. Okay? You don't have to tell me. I know this. But I keep eating it because it's tasty. You know? Tasty. You know what I'm saying? But listen, FatBoy Runs. On your marks, get set, go. Watch out for the next episode. We're going to be talking about how to fit a workout around your daily routine. I appreciate you. Guys, boom. On your marks, get set, go. FatBoy Runs, baby. FatBoy Runs, baby.